Welcome back. You're watching HLN Now. We're continuing to bring you breaking news. Malaysia Airlines jet crashing in eastern Ukraine along the border with Russia. Our own Yasmin Vasugian has been keeping us updated on new details throughout the day. Yasmin, what do you have for us?
Well, President Obama actually just made a statement in Wilmington, Delaware about MH17. Let's go and let's hear what he had to say.
Obviously, the world is watching reports of a downed passenger jet near the Russia-Ukraine border. And it looks like it may be a terrible tragedy. Right now, we're working to determine whether there were American citizens on board. That is our first priority. And I've directed my national security team to stay in close contact with the Ukrainian government. The United States will offer any assistance we can to help determine what happened and why. And as a country, our thoughts and prayers are with all the families of the passengers, wherever they call home.
Just to go over some of the details of this flight, MH17 originating in Amsterdam on its way to Kuala Lumpur, 295 passengers on board. It went down in eastern Ukraine. Reports coming in are saying that the plane has been shot down, but that has not been confirmed. Malaysian Airlines says that that has not been confirmed. I'm going to bring in Mike Brooks again, HLN law enforcement correspondent. Also, Mike Brooks was lead investigator on TWA Flight 800 and, of course, Pan-Am Flight 108 with the Lockerbie bombing. Mike Brooks, talk to me about the fact that there might be 26 U.S. citizens on board. What does that mean for the U.S. involvement in the plane investigation?
Well, if this was in fact an act of terrorism and 23 Americans lost their lives, then there's a possibility the FBI will get involved. I can guarantee you they will get involved. And as you heard the president say, that they're working with the Ukrainian authorities right now to see if they can provide any assistance. And I guarantee you that if that is the case of Americans on board, that the FBI will be assisting the Ukrainians in this investigation.
I think I just heard that we have some new video of this crash site, Mike. Let's take a look at that new video. It seems to me that we're looking at video of falling debris, from what I've been told. This is debris. Oh, there we see it right there. This is debris from the crash site. That's falling debris. So, Mike, what are you seeing here? I mean, to me, that looks as if this was, if there's falling debris, what does that mean?
Well, it just shows that, you know, this is going to be a very large crime scene, number one. We saw some of the other pictures earlier, Yasmin, of some of the plane parts that had no charring on them at all, weren't involved in any kind of fire. We were seeing some other pictures since then of an area of debris and possibly, you know, the victims mixed in with that debris that had been involved in fire. Then we see now this debris falling from the sky. Well, I would expect that if, in fact, the plane did break up or it was shot down at about 32,000 feet. This is to be expected. You know, you talk about Pan-Am 103, that was an 845 square mile crime scene. And it took months and months to actually process the scene because they kept finding pieces and parts in bogs, in the woods, all throughout the country.
And what's the process for that? Do they have to rebuild the plane in order to find out exactly what happened? Well,
that's one of the things you can do, but preliminarily, to find out whether or not, you know, it was, in fact, a missile, you can take a look at the wreckage and tell whether or not it was a missile. You can take a look at it's just not very pleasant to talk about, but you can take a look at the bodies to see what kind of forces were placed upon them, maybe from an external force that would include a missile, something of that nature, to see how the plane broke up, how the people were killed inside.
Mike Brooks, thanks a lot for joining us, investigator on TWA 800 and Pan-Am 103. Mike Galanos, we're going to keep bringing you the updates as we get them.